Good morning, folks. It's there's Catty's Barney Bimble. He's having a wee over there, and we've literally just got here out for an overnighter. It's actually good old British weather at the moment. It's raining, so we tagged up here, and our first priority is to get a shelter up and a brew on. So see you in a little while. Well, we'll set up anyway. But that's the priority. Obviously, you know, bash her up, brew on. Got the furniture. Got a couple of stumps there, you know, one for the seats and one for the table, so I can put my coffee on it, or my tea, whatever I'm drinking, or my Darjeeling coffee, because Barney likes Darjeeling coffee. So we're going to try to use. There's the start. That's my windshield bar. And I've got that size because I wasn't sure of the size of the out, you know, the Altkit one, the my.
Are you filming?
Yeah, the my cup, but because I thought it might come with 3 prongs. Anyway, I emailed the guy back. He come back to me pretty much straight away, Gary, and he said no. He said that 2 of them sit on there, and then that armrest sits on there, which makes sense. Yeah. So I'll put my Pathfinder cup in there, and it does. You know what I mean? It's as good as really. But at first I was out there trying to look for bits of wire, trying to stick it up. I was like, no, just leave it as it is. Don't muck around with it.
Don't do a matte tight one.
No, that's what I'll end up doing. I thought I've been hanging around with him too long, because I'll spray it green or something. Spray it black or.
I've got the pot rest off of you.
Yeah.
It's like a little tripod thing that sits above the burner.
Yeah, I see.
And I've got that so that I can use it with different cups.
Yeah.
So I want to use it with the titanium set that I bought.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy the windshield because I've already got an Altkit one.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to duplicate.
Well, I kind of wanted to just get a kit, you know, that sort of all went together.
Yeah.
And it's quite you know, for what it is, you know. It's
tiny, isn't it?
It's tiny, cheap. I suppose if you do, I mean, how long it would stand sort of constant use, I don't know, but yeah, you know, constant abuse. But short term, I mean, it's you know, it's going to be okay, I suppose. It just depends what you want to use it for, doesn't it? You know, at the end of the day. But I bought me Bushcraft Essentials as a backup, and then you know. So I'll have a Darjeeling coffee this morning, so I haven't had anything. Some people left a couple of comments about, because I was saying I was using biphenol in my stove, and a couple of people said, oh, why don't you put a tiny bit of food colouring in now? I thought that's a good idea if you're not using meths. Yeah. So I went down my local supermarket yesterday, and all they had was vanilla, and one, I was like, you couldn't make it up, could you? You know, I thought I'd get a pink one or a red one or something like that. You couldn't make it up, could you? All they had was vanilla and another one that was sort of like pretty much clear. I was like, I don't believe it. I thought I couldn't make that up, could I?
They've not got uniform colouring.
Yeah, you know.
You bought any beers?
No.
I bought one.
Oh, why not strike it? You know what? We had this trouble the other week at Paul with Paul's one.
Oh yeah.
Well, we couldn't light it with the ferro rod. Now I lit it up fine in my shed, and yet yeah, it's lit now. I don't understand.
Stage fright.
It might be stage fright because it's recalled. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know that because it, you know, it's seriously. It's twice now because we've done it with Paul's one as well. You couldn't. It wouldn't take the spark. So yeah, I mean it rests on there okay, you know, it's what it is, isn't it? It's just thought just for a quick brew, you know.
It's perfect.
And it's alright, isn't it? You know. Right, our water's at a premium. So obviously it's raining, so taking advantage of the situation. Collect some water up in the old pot. Got to take advantage of these situations, ain't you? You know, turn a negative into a positive. So I'll collect that water up even though I've collected it into my tarp. I've got a soil filter with me this time. Barney's got his braille, so I'll, you know, that ain't too bad really. I mean, I'm going to boil it up anyway, so I'll probably put it through. Maybe what I should have done was just put my scarf over the top of it. So obviously you will know these are one of Dave's bags. So what I've got in here is didn't bring out my gravel this time. I brought that up, so I've got my soil filter. So I'm just going to cut that water up. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of sediment in it, so I'm not too worried about that. So stick that water in now. Oh, and then what I'll do is I'll stick that through the old soil filter and stick it back in the bottle. Because we can get water replen up at there's a sort of where we are, because we have to carry all our water in. There's like a cattle trough with a tap in it, and we sometimes get our water from there. But it's a bit of a trait, so it's nice just to be able to obviously do it at camp rather than you know, do it at camp rather than mucking around doing it, having to traipse up to this campsite. So stick it in the old box. I've got some spare water for later. I think what I might do actually is just top that up, so I can top the bag up and then I'll have enough water. What's the old saying? If it ain't raining, it ain't training. So, but I ain't going out there to cut up my wood and get all the fire prepped, so I'm doing it under my tarp. Why wouldn't you? Common sense, really, isn't it? Get warm as well. Right. What I'll do, Barn, I'll build a shelter over it, build a little framework up so we can at least get a fire going to it or something, and then just let that burn into the shelter, unless we start it under here and then move it out.
Up to you. The other option is to just have a little fire and then it should stop at about lunchtime.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you recording?
Yeah. That 2 wire sticks as well.
Yeah.
So I made them a bit low actually. Right. So I probably made them a bit low. Lean-to for pig meat. Too much weight on there, so because that's what happens, Barnes. See what I mean? That's alright. That's alright. I didn't put it in fucking hard enough. That's the problem. That's what you said last night. No, it wasn't your fault. It was mine because I didn't tap it in. It takes half an hour to make shelter.
I was going to cut this for firewood, but it might have to catch the fire in this one, isn't it?
It'll catch light, won't it? Nothing too. What's the spoof out there as well, isn't it?
They might be hidden beneath that, I think.
What's that? Well, I suppose it's a bit down and dirty really, because it's obviously raining, you know, like we could have sort of lit the fire under the top just to get it going and brought it out here, but what we thought we'd do is just build a little shelter, a little pygmy shelter over the top of the fire. No offence to any pygmies out there.
You're going to get in it, Des?
I don't think that'll take, no, I don't think that'll, yeah, I'll get a foot in there or something. But we're going to use, we've obviously put that up just as a precautionary thing for the fire, and then hopefully once the fire going it will light that and probably put the fire out.
It'll collapse on the fire.
Yeah, it'll collapse on the fire and put it all out. So yeah, that's our you know, a little bit down and dirty sort of shelter to go over the fire. Good idea, bad idea, who knows? I know when I've used this tactic a few times in the past, it's certainly helped.
It's good to practice those skills though, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
We're not allowed to build shelters in this wood.
No.
So doing little things like
yeah,
that.
doing things like that, a mini.
You can practice doing all the debris and everything, can't you?
Yeah, yeah. But it's for a fire. Somewhere to work from, you know, if nothing else. And I've cut up some, we've prepped up some sycamore. Cheers, man. We've got a load of sycamore that we've cut up. You know, I'm not going to be bow drilling or anything like that. Why would you? You know, I'm not that good at it anyway. And then in there I've got a load of that's for me tarp, and basically I've just used that to put some curls, feather curls in it. So what's the protocol here? Should we get a tiny bit? I've got a bit of fat wood. I've literally just grabbed something that's there. It's nothing, you know, little sliver, lighter. I'll get that lit.
Is that fat wood?
Yeah, just literally a sliver that I had in my tinder pouch, so I'm just using that up first.
The wind's blowing a little bit, isn't it?
It is, it's starting to get up a bit, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's blowing out the flame even under here.
It was forecast to get a little bit.
Oh well. Even the lighter. Well, so that burn up a bit.
Lovely.
Well, hopefully, barn.
Fingers crossed.
I'm not going to, you know, it depends how, even though I'm not, we haven't slivered that wood, have we? We've just sort of cut it, split it down a bit. But hopefully it's drier.
It was nice and dry in the core.
Yeah. And it's that sycamore as well, isn't it? It's normally quite a light wood.
Ash next as well.
Oh, the ash as well. But obviously the moisture is our enemy right now. So, you know, there it is, folks. I'm not trying to paint a pretty picture of what it's all about, and I'm no better than anyone else. As you well know, I like to show it a little bit real. Got nothing to hide. If it goes out, it goes out.
You're going to edit this like you usually do, Dad?
Yeah, I'm going to edit it all out, Barn, yeah, so it makes it look like it's...
I'll put the picture out of the way.
yeah. So it looks like it's, yeah, blazing straight away. So it goes from a birch sliver up to a full-on...
I think we might be alright.
Oh, hopefully, man. Don't look too bad, does it?
Yeah.
If that sycamore catches underneath, we'll be alright. But it's not a bad idea to do things like this. Sometimes it's a little bit down and dirty, I think. But why not? That's what it's. A lot of it is, I think. Sometimes down and dirty. People like to be clean all the time, don't they? I think we might be Houston, we might have lift off, as they say.
Huh?
So the Houston, we might have lift off.
That's looking good.
It's
The wind's helping out a bit.
It is, mate, yeah. Not too bad. It just gives us a head start, you know. There's nothing worse, you know. I can do it around my jacket and all that, but it looks like some of that wood is catching underneath.
Smoke's coming through the shelter.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, not too bad as it goes.
Right.
I reckon that's alright, mate, don't you? Put a little bit more wood there just to sort of help dry it out a bit. As we say, the core of the wood's not too bad, it's just the outer. Yeah. So we've got it, hopefully. But maybe I might have done it, Barn.
Huh?
I think we might have done it, mate. It might be alright.
I'll tell you what. That bit there. Yeah, sorted.
Oh, cheers, Barn. Yeah, that's it. I'll tell you what, mate. That would have gone out if it weren't for that bit of...
Thank me later.
Oh, thank you. No, it took joint effort. We built the shelter. That's it, folks. There you go. So, you know, I don't know if that's down and dirty, but, you know, sometimes it's not a bad thing to practice them dirty skills as well, is it, I suppose? I don't know. How's it going? Smoke's coming out the top, and then the plan is hopefully that once all that dries out and that really catches a light, then that'll fall on the fire and put it out. No, it shouldn't do. That'll catch.
Right.
No, it should be alright. That'll catch, dry out lovely, and then we've got...
I think the leaves are just burnt off.
Yeah, and then we'll have a nice fire then. So, jobbed, folks.
That's not how you make a signal fire, is it?
No. Well, you know, but that's definitely an option. You know, we've made a signal fire, folks, and we didn't even realise. You know, that wasn't our intention. Our intention, as you know, was probably just to build a shelter over the fire, and it's blazing now. But you know, again, all the textbooks will tell you to build it off the floor on a platform, blah blah blah, and we pretty much got a
lean-to.
You know, we basically just built a lean-to, and it wasn't intent. You know, we basically built the lean-to just to obviously make the fire, to give us a bit of roofing over the fire. But there you go, folks. You know, that's pretty. That's not bad as a signal fire. That. High five. You smash. That's pucker. I'm just chuffed that the fire's going well, you know. Well, that's it blazing from that side, folks. It's definitely starting to catch, you know. Oi, pucker. Sorted. So we, you know, got the fire going. How we did it the way we did it, you know. But certainly it's a nice idea to do it, to involve making a roof over your fire sometimes when the conditions are a little bit inclement. And if you haven't got any of that, then you improvise and use your jacket or whatever, but you know. The fire's truly going now, and we're on brew number 2, aren't we, I think?
Brew number 2 and porridge.
Brew number 2, and I'm having a third one. Got the old soy filter, that's full up of tap water. Got it hung up under the tarp, and then when I need some more water, I'll take advantage of the situation, as you do. Chicken noodles. Later. So I've got staples in that, so those will be kept. a little bit of carving while we're sort of keying a little while, so I just want to make some sort of spoon. I actually cut it a little bit too thin, I think, but I'm not worried. I'm going to give it a go, take advantage of this curved bit of wood there. And all I bought out of me is my flex cut, so going to be using that today. Barney's chopping up a bit of ash at the moment. You can hear him in the background.
Sorry.
So get to it. So usual fare, I'm having noodles for lunch, and as you well know, I like to sort of spruce up my noodles. So what can I put in there? I'm going to put some stinging nettles, and then I'm going to have a look around for some primrose and get some leaves and hopefully add that as well. So I'll get a few of these. I've got my gloves on. This isn't for a light, you know, normally I'm pretty solid when it comes to picking stinging nettles, but I really just want some of the tender tops for the for my noodles. Give it a bit more nutritional value. Yeah, on our way in this morning I spotted some primrose even, Primilla's cheese. Here we go, look. Right, so I don't really like the flowers, I must admit. I'm a bit anti the flowers. I don't think they taste very nice, but the leaves, yeah, I'm going to they're well off this track, so I shouldn't have a worry of dogs peeing on them. So I think that'll probably do. Got to be careful as well because there's dog mercury and all that around here as well, so obviously got to be a little bit careful when you're selecting certain leaves and stuff. They look alright, that'll do. So that'll go in my noodles for my lunch. Alright, won't it? I might actually pull him down a bit, bring him up a bit. I want a taste of it. Found obviously a bit of birch bark off a tree down now. The tree was starting to rot, so what I'm going to attempt to do is see if I can make some sort of container. In my possibles bag I keep some, amongst other things, I keep some glue in there, so if I can rescue that bit. I couldn't rescue that bit, it had basically, where the knot was, it had sort of tore it out, but I'm hoping I can rescue sort of some of this. I'm not sure, or I might even have to go down and get another bit but I'm going to see if I can make some sort of container with it. I'm not sure it's going to look promising right now because of that. I might have to maybe sort of cut that section out of there and cut it to there and just use that bit and do a smaller one as opposed to something of that circumference, but we'll see. It would be nice to do one slightly bigger, but I'm just not sure on that. If you wanted to know what happened to the spoon, there it is. It isn't quite finished. Barney didn't have any abranet, I didn't have any abranet, and so I can't really rub it down or anything. I'll have to do it when I get home and get me other spoon knife on it. The flex cut one's all right, but the spoon knife on it and all that, I just think needs to be the actual shaft on it. I think the arm on it needs to be longer because it's quite difficult to actually get in now. But no worries, I'll finish it off now when I get home. The wood's still a bit green anyway, but yeah, so I'll rub it down better, sort of shape it up a bit nicer when I get the abranet when I get home. Alright, so what we'll do then, we'll cut it off there. Clear that bark off there. I can use this as something else, I'm not that worried too much. And then what I'm going to have to do is obviously cut it off there. It's a shame really. I might actually take a walk down and see if I can get some more. So I'll get on with this bit anyway. So we still make something out of that. But obviously the bark in this country is a little bit more thinner than it is in other climes of the world. But we'll see what we can do. I'll probably take a bimble down. I'll keep that bit there and then go and get some more. Over here as well, I took the first bit of bark. So we're obviously, you know, the tree's starting to rot now and go punky. So I'm just trying to find a suitable bit really to use for a container. It is pretty much hit and miss for me really. I am just having a look, see what I can come up with. I'll just cut a section into it and see what happens. It looks like it's got those fissures in it all the way around really, but certainly handy tinder if nothing else. It's pretty sort of neutral colours, but when you peel off some of the birch bark, then it got some nice sort of, maybe some nice colours in it. Nice colours, if that's the right word. It's just a bit different, just earthy colours, that's the word. Yeah, earthy. Let's be you know, earthy. Well, it looks like I'm going to be a little bit unsuccessful with that bark. I think the bit that I took from that stretch down there when I first come down here, that was probably my best, kind of my best part. I'll have a quick go up here, see if I can get anything else off it. inside, I suppose. Right, we'll take that bit back as well, we'll try it out, we'll scrape the insides out, see if we can rescue that as well. So I might have two to play with. That bit ain't too sad, you know, once I get that wrapped. Well, we'll try it, see how we get on. So I've decided what I'll do with this one is why it's still quite pliable, and I'll kind of roll it around twice and use it kind of on its strength. And then what I'll do is I'll put a little wooden bung in the bottom, and then obviously make some sort of thing for the top. I've got a needle and that with me, and some number 10 bank line or something like that, and I might sew it up with that. We'll see how it goes. Or I might cut a couple of slits in it and wound it through that way. We'll totally forgot I've got some bit of artificial sinew, so I'm going to use that with a thick sort of sail needle to use as my awl as well, and I'll use that to, if I can sew it together. So the UK sort of birch bark isn't the greatest, but you know, let's see how we get on. So at the moment we're sewing the bark together. Love these old these sail needles, because they're like that triangular shapes as opposed to a normal needle. It certainly makes a difference. It's not actually coming out too sad really, considering, well, I don't want to speak too soon, you know what I mean, but let's see how it goes. Right, so there we go then, that's the first bit of it done with the sinew. Artificial sinew. What I'm going to do now is cut out a couple of discs, one that will slot onto the bottom and one that will go onto the top. I'll probably have that as the bottom because it's a little bit more out of shape, and then have that as my top.
I think Chris got a couple of the, it must be the F1s, because they've only got the canvas ones, are they? No, they're still nylon, but they've got like a full, they've only got one entrance, yeah, but they've got a full mozzie net, zip down, and then an outer zip down as well. Oh, right. Because mine's like just open at either end, or, you know, zip up net, just solid, but with a little triangle of mesh. You've got the opening sides, but
put a bit of cord around that, just to hold it in place.
It doesn't come through. Yeah. So I just think that might be a better option. The cotton fabric will do what it normally does. That's the first time I've probably been out in a proper rain.
The plan is now then I'll just put a bit of a bevel on that for that to go in the top there. It's
I tend to use it just as a, put it in my bag and, you know, get out walking stuff, put it on as a wind. The guy who got in the end, all he could see was fucking bin bags. Whacked against windows and crammed in. And he took the last one in on his knee. I think I would be too. I'll say, well, that's them straight back to the depot. You won't be going far with that. You get pulled. But, no, it's amazing. Imagine what people collect over here.
Oh, but that was even still on there for a second. That'll be the finished result once that sticks. So it didn't come out too bad. Certainly would have been better if it was birch bark from Sweden, say, or Norway, or wherever, anywhere but from the UK. third attempt now, and I've got an even better bit. That is lovely and snug now, that lid. So I'm still waiting for that glue to dry up just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, wrong way. God, mind me, that fire is hot. Really hot. I'm going to have to put my glove on to move that around. That is proper hot. Well, it's a fault hour, I suppose, but it is hot.
I've always put it on the bottom, but I have found that after a while burning. Yeah. As long as I get a share of the royalty.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the old git come out.
If you get more views with this with me than him, I want a race.
A bit of a stub muffin. No, it won't.
Thanks for that vote of confidence. You know what this about born men?
Yeah, and they certainly say it as well. John's got his honey stove on the go, and he's got a nice bit of what's that, sirloin?
Ribeye.
Oh, ribeye. John's got a bit of ribeye on the go. That's a neat little mat, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's soldering mat, or for brazing on, protect the surface underneath. So I used it the other day. I just want to see how it performs.
Yeah, just straight
with this, and then see how it affects the ground underneath.
Yeah.
It's handy to have, because it just saves a bit of tidying up as well. You've got the ash dropping filter that at the end, you just transport it to whatever, you know, and damp it down in a dig a little hole, bury it, water it down.
Is that your Pathfinder pan?
No, it's a Primus.
That's a Primus. I was going to say, God, no, look how clean that is.
Yeah, it's only been used once, but
you give it to Nick to clean.
No. I do find it's a stainless steel, obviously, but it actually cleaned up very well, even though it's not necessarily sort of sealed or seasoned. It's just cleaned up really well. Right. That's the first time. Nothing stuck to it at all for a time.
Yeah, my Pathfinder one's, well, you've seen it, it's minging, isn't it?
Yeah. I know the old titanium can be lighter, but sometimes I do like the stainless steel. It's a bit more robust, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I like the stainless steel for cooking in.
How many workmen coming out? Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, and that's an old, an outwell, the lid off a pan set. So I just use it as a frying pan, plate. And
it works?
Yeah, and it sits, I've got a titanium frying pan there, boundless voyage again. That sits inside of that sits inside of that. It's a nice little nesting set.
Together.
So,
and what works in it?
Yeah.
Well, what more can I say? Steak's probably a little bit overdone compared to when I had it last time, but I must admit I ain't complaining, because that still looks alright. Oh yeah, look at that. Here's my fork. stoves and stuff like that. I mean, like when Steve bought their mountain house, he got a load of that mountain house stuff. So, Barney said he got some of that. What was it, company?
Tent meals.
Don't have nothing, just in case. So they tasted shit. They really like.
I wasn't that keen.
No.
Tasted like sick in your mouth.
Steve had this mountain house in Sanya, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh God, he went, smell this. It smelled like a sick bag. And then when I tried a bit, and I was like, oh, couldn't do it.
Something that range you do go outdoors. Is it a veggie meals? Wafers?
Yeah.
Oh no, the green packets.
Yeah.
They're not that. I'm not sure about them either.
I think I've had a couple of them and they're okay. I mean, I wouldn't want to be doing it every time I went camping.
No,
but if you just say, right, it's light, I want lightweight, I want something that's got a decent bit of sustenance in it, you know.
I enjoyed the British Army meals though, the ration packs. I think I might get another one. Not something I want to do all the time.
Like there's loads of people saying them when you go to that prep meeting.
If I ever go like, hiking down to Thames Water or something like that, they're ideal, aren't they?
I've had a couple of them and I think there's one out, I thought I'll get it, the reviews weren't very good on the actual. But yeah, the reviews were right. I mean, it fills you up, but if I've cooked that right, no, I've done everything I should have done and it's still not.
Yeah.
Hang on. But I had a couple of the meals and those dehydrated ones, and I thought, well, that's not bad. Like chicken curry or something like that. Well, next time I'll leave that a bit longer than it says on the pack and see how it goes. And it was better, just. But they do some ready meals as well, but it's slightly out ration packs, don't they? I think it's the same company, I don't know. But one or two of them are not bad. I nearly brought one of them out instead of bringing the steak in that one.
Well, I like them ones you get at home bargains and that, those ones that I get, like the potato, potato, a bit of ham in it or whatever. And they're in them Mylar packets. I think that one might have been out of date, like a little bit out of date, but it's still like.
If it's best before, that's just an advice. I mean, if you open it and it smells off, then it probably is off.
Yeah.
But most of those best before ones, you can use them for well after that date. Used by it's a different matter. Use it beware.
I've had ration packs, like we've been issued army ration packs, like 8-10 years out of date, and they're fine. The only thing that might be a bit dodgy is the when we used to have the tin stuff, was like the chocolate. The chocolate might be a little bit, where it's been
white
where it's a little bit of a white, but you still bloody eat it, don't you? You know what I mean? When you're hungry.
Snowy chocolate.
Yeah, that's it. You still eat it. You buy that, you get that in the shop sometimes when it's been in the sunlight.
Tell you what they do in Tesco, you probably do other stores as well, but there's like the bachelors like pasta mix with it. Chicken and mushroom pasta and stuff. Broccoli and cheese. I picked one up and it's like pasta and red onion sauce, 34p. I mean, you've got to put water in it, and either boil some water, about half a litre if that. Might not even be that. Put it in, and then it's quite nice and used to it. You go Mattison smoked sausage.
Yeah.
Chuck some of that in there.
Nice as well, yeah.
And always have a little pack of the old Ainsley Harriet spicy sort of soup mix. Drop one of them in if it's not thick. If I put too much water on, just put that will thicken it up a bit more. Well, they're quite good for the price. The actual calories in them.
When you go Aldi's, you go Home Bargains, you go B&M's or any of it, and you can make up your own ration packs really. You just buying all the.
Yeah,
and you're getting some really good wholesome food, aren't you? Really.
It's decent food, isn't it?
Yeah. These sort of. Don't get me wrong. I mean, alright, they have their place, the mountain mills and all that, but.
So in terms of weight, and then that steak, that stir fry last night. I mean, probably that. In terms of the ingredients, probably weighed less than a ration pack meal.
Yeah.
I thought just the main meal anyway. But, you've got to bring a pan to do it in, but then you've got something to heat your ration pack up in as well.
There's that song, What Different a Day Makes, only 24 little hours. and we're sort of packing up, me and Barney, at the moment. John's staying for a bit longer, but yesterday morning it was absolutely honking down. You know, if you would have got through to the video this far, you know, yesterday it was absolutely honking down, and yet this morning it's absolutely superb that we're packing up dry and the sun's out, the wind's calmed down. It's absolutely total transformation on yesterday.
Should we play for another day?
What?
Should we play for another day?
Mate, I'd love to, but needs a must. Got to go work tomorrow. We'd love to.
Got to pay for them stoves somehow.
Yeah. Got to pay for all the kit, anyhow.
I've got an inline adapter for a Sawyer, so I put the inline adapter onto that.
Yeah.
Onto the Sawyer, and then run it through. Just
Oh wow!
Like a mouthpiece on the other end, like a tap.
I know, like a few of the fellas used to like use the MSR ones, and they used to. They got like a shower attachment.
Yeah.
And they were just using them like that, you know, for having, you know, doing their ablutions and that.
I think the thing with the MSR ones, they're a bit more, well, quite a bit more expensive.
But they really leave a hot, like when you drink the water out of them, they really leave a horrible taste in your mouth. Right, so that's it, folks. On my way home now, all packed up, and just taking the traipse about a mile or so back to the vehicle. And that's it. Thanks for watching. You know, obviously leave your comments. A few bits going on now. Check out the description. Don't forget the Etsy store. You know, keep up that support for the channel. And I'll put links below to all the links and all that sort of stuff. Barney's blog and all that sort of stuff.
Good to see you, Des.
Yeah, and you, mate. Of course, as always. So we'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care and all the best.